Welcome students. In the last session we discussed about earth magnetism or terrestrial magnetism and what are the terms related to the earth magnetism. Okay, and now today's session we are going to discuss about the magnetic properties of the materials. Here we know that there are different types of the magnetic materials like diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material. The classification of those materials are based on certain terms. Okay, the terms are called magnetic properties. Okay, now today's session we are going to discuss about the what are the terms which are related to magnetic properties of the materials. Generally there are four terms are there which are representing the magnetic properties of the materials. The first term is magnetization, and the second term is magnetic intensity, and the third term is magnetic susceptibility, and the fourth term is magnetic permeability. Okay, here depend upon all these terms, depend upon the magnetization, magnetic intensity and magnetic susceptibility and magnetic permeability, and depend upon their values. Now the magnetic materials can be classified as diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material. Okay, today's session we are we define all these terms, and we are going to write the formulas for these terms. In the next session we are going to discuss about the types of magnetic materials. Okay, see how we define the first term, magnetization. First, you remember that polarization in electrostatics. What is the meaning of polarization? Whenever a dielectric is placed in a magnetic electric field, then the dipoles are formed. The formation of dipoles in the unit volume of the dielectric can be called as polarization. In the similar way, magnetization in magnetic field. Here, what is the meaning of magnetization? Meaning of magnetization is nothing but, for example, if you take a magnetic material, the magnetic material is placed under the influence of magnetic field. After some time, the magnetic material is also become a magnet. That property can be called as magnetization. Here, the magnetization means when the material is placed in the magnetic field, inside of that material north and south poles are formed. Here the formation of north and south pole per the unit volume can be called as the magnetization. Here the north and south pole placed with certain distance, a small distance, can be called as a bar magnet, and it is also called a magnetic dipole. So when you consider the magnetic dipole, it is having the dipole moment, and also called it as magnetic moment. Here whenever an object is placed in the magnetic field, then it formed a magnet. This formation can be called as magnetization. So finally we are going to define the magnetization is nothing but magnetic moment per unit volume. So here what is the formula for the what is the definition for magnetization? So this is the net magnetic moment per unit volume is known as the magnetization, and the representation of the magnetization with capital M. So the formula for the magnetization can be taken as small m by capital V. Here capital M represent magnetization, small m represent dipole moment or magnetic moment, capital V represent volume. Here the magnetic moment per unit volume can be called as magnetization, and whereas the magnetization is a vector quantity. Why? Because here dipole moment is also a vector quantity, so the magnetization is also a vector quantity. Here remember, the magnetization is nothing but magnetic moment per unit volume. This term is very important to determine the types of magnetic materials. Okay, now see the SI unit of the magnetization. Here we know that dipole moment is nothing but product of current and area. So that is magnetization capital M is equal to current into area by volume. Here we know that the unit of the current is ampere, area is meter square, divided by volume is meter cube. So from that the SI unit of the magnetization can be taken as ampere per meter. Okay, so here the magnetization means net magnetic moment per unit volume is known as magnetization. So here magnetization provide the how a magnetic material can magnetized, and here it is represented as m bar is equal to dipole moment small m bar by volume, and its SI unit can be taken as ampere per meter. See the second term, that is magnetic intensity. Here, to understand about the magnetic intensity, first we have to know about what is the magnetic intensity, how to derive this. Okay, so for that, here I consider a solenoid. You know that in the moving charges and magnetism we derived the magnetic field at the axis or center of the solenoid is nothing but B naught is equal to mu naught into Ni. We already derived. Okay, in that magnetic field of the solenoid we place a magnetic material. See that the black color represent a material, a magnetizing material or magnetic material which is placed. Whenever we place a magnetic material in that magnetic field of the solenoid, it gets magnetized. So then here a solenoid is there. Due to the solenoid, magnetic field B naught is there, but in that solenoid axis of magnetic field of solenoid we place another magnetic material. Due to that the total net magnetic field can be increased due to the magnetization of the magnetic material. So here due to that magnetization of magnetic material we are going to represent the net magnetic field as B is equal to B naught plus Bm. Here B naught represent, this is the magnetic field due to the solenoid along its axis. Bm is the magnetic field due to the magnetizing materials. So due to that whenever we insert a magnetic material in the magnetic field of the solenoid which causes the increase in the net magnetic field, the net magnetic field B is equal to solenoid magnetic field B naught plus the magnetic field of the material, that is due to the magnetization of the magnetic material. So net magnetic field can be written as B is equal to B naught plus Bm, where the magnetizing field Bm is equal to mu naught into M. So from that we write B is equal to net magnetic field B is equal to B naught plus mu naught into M. So now both sides we divide with mu naught. B by mu naught is equal to B naught by mu naught plus M. That implies B is equal to mu naught into B naught by mu naught plus M, where here we get a new term. That is capital M is already existing term, that is the magnetization. Here we get a new term. That new term is nothing but B naught by mu naught. We are representing that B naught by mu naught is equal to capital H. Now this capital H is known as magnetic intensity. So here magnetic intensity can be written as it is the ratio of magnetic field and magnetic permeability. See here. So from this we are going to take the magnetic intensity, that is when we place a magnetic material inside a solenoid or solenoid magnetic field, that material is also gets magnetized. Due to that net field can be increased. From the increment of the field we can get net field is equal to mu naught into capital H plus small m, where the capital H is known as magnetic intensity. That magnetic intensity can be written as it is the ratio of the magnetic field to magnetic permeability. The H is the quantity which tells how the magnetic field varies with the magnetic permeability. Why? Because we know that H is equal to B by mu. That is how the magnetic field is varying depend upon the permeability of the magnetic materials. So from that we are going to take H is equal to B by mu, and the SI unit of the magnetic intensity is known as ampere turn per meter, and it also known as magnetizing force. Remember this, the all terms are similar, but you have to understand how to remember those terms. Here magnetization means the dipole moment or magnetic moment per unit volume, whereas magnetic intensity is the magnetic field per the given permeability. Here the magnetization represent how a magnetic material get magnetized. Here magnetic intensity represent how the magnetic field is varies with the magnetic that is the permeability of the material. So here sometimes the magnetic intensity is also known as magnetizing force. Here the third term is magnetic susceptibility. Here what is the magnetic susceptibility? Magnetic susceptibility means we know that when we take a magnetic material, that material is placed in a magnetic field, it gets magnetized. But what extent it can magnetize? Okay, because different materials are placed. When we place one material, it gets certain magnetism. If you place a strong magnetic material, it gets more magnetism. Okay, so that degree means that is the ability of the magnetism. Means this susceptibility is explain how much the material can be magnetized. So we are going to define the susceptibility is degree of magnetization of a material in response to an applied magnetic field. Whenever a magnetic field is applied to a material, so that material getting how much magnetization, so how much amount it gets magnetized, that can be explained by the susceptibility. Susceptibility an important term. Based on that we can classify the materials as dia, para and ferromagnetic materials. Here the magnetic susceptibility does not having any dimensions, so this is a dimensionless quantity, and this is denoted with a term chi suffix m. Here see, it is not similar to the x, that is called denoted as chi. Chi suffix m is representing magnetic susceptibility, and here we know that the magnetization is always directly proportional to the how much intensity it gets. So magnetization of material is directly proportional to the magnetic intensity. From that we are going to write the magnetization is equal to the product of the susceptibility and magnetic intensity. So finally what we can write, the susceptibility is the ratio of the magnetization and magnetic intensity. So here almost magnetization and magnetic intensity are having the same units. Due to that reason the susceptibility does not having the any units. So the magnetic susceptibility is a dimensional less quantity, and the magnetic susceptibility is denoted with a term chi m, and it is written as the susceptibility is the ratio of magnetization and magnetic intensity. So we can define the magnetic susceptibility. So the magnetic susceptibility is the ratio of magnetization per unit magnetic intensity, that is susceptibility is equal to m by h. M is the magnetization where h is the magnetic intensity. So it is known as the magnetization per unit magnetic intensity, that is called as magnetic susceptibility. Here we know that in a solenoid the net magnetic field B is equal to mu naught into H plus capital M. H is the magnetic intensity, capital M is the magnetization. But we know that where susceptibility is nothing but the ratio of the magnetization and magnetic intensity. So from that capital M can be written as susceptibility into intensity, substituting there by taking mu naught as H as common. So if we are going to write B is equal to mu naught into 1 plus chi m into H. So this is the relation between magnetic field and permeability, susceptibility and magnetic intensity. The fourth term is magnetic permeability. Here the magnetic permeability is nothing but it is the ability of a material to become magnet. So that is, for example, if you take paper, so paper is not become a magnetic material, it not become a magnet. Why? Because its permeability value is different. Similarly, if you take iron, so it gets strongly magnetized because depend upon its permeability. So like that permeability always indicates the ability of a material which can magnetize. It means which material can gets the magnetic material and which material cannot become magnetic material. So that is explained by the permeability of that magnetic material. Here the permeability term is denoted with mu. So here the permeability can be denoted as mu, and we are going to take three types of permeabilities. Those can be taken as mu, mu naught and mu r, where mu can be called as permeability of the material, that is mu, and mu naught can be taken as permeability of free space. Mu r is the relative permeability, means in vacuum we are going to take mu naught, but is there any medium can be taken, we are going to represent it as mu r. Here mu is the magnetic permeability, where mu naught is the relative permeability. Mu naught is the permeability of free space, where mu r is the relative permeability. And we are going to write the magnetic permeability is the product of the permeability in free space and relative permeability, that is mu equal to mu naught into mu r. Now we are going to take the relation between magnetic permeability and susceptibility. That is an important 1 mark question. Now see the relation between susceptibility and relative permeability. We know that where B is equal to mu naught into 1 plus chi m into H, but where P can be written as mu naught into mu r into H. From those two equations we are going to write mu r is equal to 1 plus chi m. Okay, so the relation between relative permeability and susceptibility is mu r is equal to 1 plus chi m. This is important 1 mark question. Okay, so now these are the three terms, these are the four terms which are representing the properties of magnetic materials. Based on these properties we are going to declassify the materials in three ways. Okay, so once again see the definition for those materials, those properties. The first one is magnetization. Magnetization is nothing but the magnetic moment per unit volume can be called as magnetization. The second term is magnetic intensity. Magnetic intensity is nothing but it is the magnetic field per, this is nothing but B is H is equal to B by mu, that is the variation of the magnetic field per the mu given permeability of the medium, that is H is equal to B by mu. And the next one is magnetic susceptibility. Magnetic susceptibility is always tell how much the magnetic material gets magnetized. It explains the degree of the magnetization of the magnetic material. So this is nothing but it is the magnetization per unit magnetic intensity. And next one is, the fourth one is magnetic permeability. It is the ability of the material can magnetized, that is known as the magnetic permeability. So these are the important four terms which are representing the properties of magnetic materials. Based on these four terms and their values, in the next session we are going to define the different magnetic materials like diamagnetic materials, paramagnetic materials and ferromagnetic materials. In this you have to remember important 1 mark question, that is relation between susceptibility and relative permeability, that is mu r is equal to 1 plus chi m. Okay, so in the next session we are going to discuss about different magnetic materials and their properties and their and example for those materials. Thank you.